You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns and, of course, the fallout that is happening right now involving Deshaun Watson now being out for the year with a broken shoulder. And, of course, we talked about that contract and the trade at great length on this channel. But now we've got NFL analysts that work for ESPN that are using this situation involving the Cleveland Browns. In fact, he's a former Cleveland Brown, trying to now pitch himself as a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. And I'm talking about RG3, Robert Griffin III, who is literally calls college games for ESPN. He's on Monday Night Countdown, and he has come out and said he has pitched himself now to the Cleveland Browns to come in, and he's serious, and be one of their quarterbacks. Now, Dorian Thompson Robinson, the kid out of UCLA, is going to step in. He's going to get a start. He looked awful in his first start, but let's be real, I don't think he was prepared for it, and he has pretty much come out and talked about the fact that he didn't know what to expect. They thought Deshaun Watson was going to play in that game. He had to play against the Ravens, who have one of the best defenses in the league. They won another game last night against the Bengals. The Ravens are a good team, folks. They are a good team. Browns just beat them after what was a terrible loss against them. So let's get to this because I just, look, do I feel like this has more legitimacy than, say, these turds that continue to bring up Colin Kaepernick? Yes. I mean, Kaepernick's been out of the league now for nearly 8 seasons. We're talking about 3 seasons here since Robert Griffin III played, was in the league. You know, I would assume he still looks like he's in fantastic condition, but I just don't know if this would be something the Browns would even consider. There's still talk about Mac Jones, and I may do another video on that later because someone with ESPN, a former quarterback now, Gronk, came out and lobbied for Mac Jones with Cleveland. And now another ESPN analyst, ex-NFL quarterback, is lobbying for the same thing, for Mac Jones to go to the Browns. So let's get to this. CBS Sports, a former star quarterback is lobbying for Deshaun Watson's replacement in Cleveland. Robert Griffin III, a former NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year winner, said he can help the Browns fulfill their Super Bowl aspirations if they sign him. Griffin gave 3 reasons why the Browns should acquire his services. The team recently slated to go with rookie Dorian Thompson Robinson. I've been very vocal about the fact that I think Dorian eventually takes Watson's job. I just think he's going to evolve into a better option. Under center, with Watson done for the year after suffering a serious shoulder injury during last Sunday's win. Quote, the Browns should start me at quarterback, Griffin said recently on his podcast. Jesus, everybody's got a podcast. 1, at 33 years old, I understand the game better than I ever have in my entire career. I know how to slide. I know when to slide. That was a huge issue in my 8 years in the NFL, but I've learned. I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm ready to showcase that I can get it done. You know, a lot of times guys will say this until the bullets start flying out on the field, and then it's muscle memory. They just revert back to their same old bad habits. We've seen that with a lot of quarterbacks. Griffin then alluded to Watson's performance during the second half of last week's come-from-behind win, saying he could do what Watson did while completing each of his 14 pass attempts with a fractured shoulder after halftime. Now, he actually, in my opinion, he throws some serious shade at Deshaun Watson in that contract. Quote, of those 14 passes, there weren't really any of them that you would say were $230 million worthy passes. Guys, that's a slam. He's just coming out and saying it. He of 14 passes completed, not one of them was worth your fully guaranteed contract. Wow. Okay. Griffin said all they needed him to do was manage the game because them dogs they got over on defense, starting with Myles Garrett. Well, guess what? I can do that. So he's saying right here, RG3 is literally saying, I can come in off the ESPN set, out of the booth, and make all these passes Deshaun Watson made, and he's getting $230 million to do it. I don't know if it was RG3's intention to throw Deshaun Watson under the bus and then run the bus back over him, but that's what he just did. Well, guess what? I can do that. I can go out there and manage a game for the Cleveland Browns and help them go on a Super Bowl run that they want to go on. It absolutely is a great roster. Griffin said he still possesses world-class athleticism, adding he can still run a 4.3 40 and can throw the ball 80 yards. Boy, he had a beautiful deep ball when he was at Baylor. Quote, I train every week like an NFL football player so I can be ready for moments just like this, so they just need to hit my line. While he thinks he can be the Browns' starting quarterback, Griffin would also lend his services as a backup for Thompson Robinson, who will make his first regular season start Sunday against the visiting Steelers. Good luck with that. Quote, I learned 6 offenses in 8 years in the NFL. Learning a new offense has never been a problem for me. I can help DTR with his decision-making, when to make certain plays, and truly understand what he has to do as a quarterback with a defense like that on the other side of the ball. Griffin is currently a college football and NFL analyst for ESPN. He hasn't played in a regular season game since 2020 when he served as Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore. And I've got his stats right here, folks. 16 and 26 as a starter. But back, he was 30 when he last played. 16 and 26, 63% completion percentage. I mean, that's pretty good, but it kind of went down as he got going there. Did throw more touchdowns than interceptions, 43 touchdowns, 30 picks in his career. Now, I mean, look, he's always been fast. He's always been a running threat. 895 rushing yards, it looks like. I don't know if that's right. Let me go down here. No, it's not right. I didn't think it was. Massive running stats, 1,809 yards and 10 touchdowns. So RG3 can still scoot. He can still move, at least when he was playing, and he's a dual threat quarterback. I just don't know that this feels like a viable option. Like I said, is it more of a viable option than Colin Kaepernick? Oh, yeah. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, occasionally you do see the starting quarterback. I mean, so many of these guys are street free agents throughout the year, and then somebody brings them in to be a practice squad guy and then a backup, and then they get elevated from there. But it has been a while. I mean, 3 seasons is a while to come back in. But he was an 8-year veteran. I don't know. I think it seems like an opportunity to say something on your podcast and get everybody to notice it and get some more play because, look, RG3's got a massive following on social media. He does. His ex gets millions upon millions of impressions every single month. So there's that, and be aware of just that, right? So anyway, tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Do you think RG3 is coming in to save the day for the Cleveland Browns? I'm going to go no. Just a guess. Peace. I'm out. Till next.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.